Inflation is a pervasive force in the economy, subtly eroding the purchasing power of money over time. Inflation has a multifaceted impact, notably contributing to the upward trajectory of housing prices. Understanding this relationship requires a look at both the broader economic indicators of inflation and the specific dynamics of the housing market, particularly in context where inventory is constrained. It's crucial to acknowledge that while inflation generally pushes housing prices up, a drop in housing prices typically necessitates a deflationary event, a rare occurrence characterized by a decrease in the price levels of goods and services. Deflation, by making money more valuable over time, could theoretically make homes more affordable without sellers needing to lower the prices. However, in practice, deflationary periods are often marked by economic turmoil, reducing the consumer spending power and negatively affecting housing demand. Currently, all major inflationary indicators are pointing upwards. CPI, PCE, the trend is up, and the trend suggests a general expectation for continued inflation, which historically bodes well for rising home values. The logic is straightforward. As inflation erodes the value of money, tangible assets like real estate become more valuable as they represent real, tangible value. In tighter inventory areas, the inflationary impact on housing prices is even more pronounced. Here, the basic economic principle of supply and demand exacerbates the situation. Limited supply amid strong demand creates a competitive market environment where prices are naturally inclined to rise. When this dynamic intersects with inflationary pressures, the effect on housing prices can be dramatic. Sellers in these markets find themselves in a strong position, able to command higher prices as buyers compete for scarce resources, all while the value of the currency itself is declining. Moreover, inflation influences the cost of new construction. Rising prices for materials and labor increase the cost of bringing new homes to the market, further straining the already tight inventory levels. Builders facing higher costs are likely to pass these expenses onto the buyers, driving up the price of the new homes and, by extension, affecting the overall market, including existing homes. Let's note that while inflation tends to push prices up, it also impacts buyers' purchasing power. Higher inflation can lead to higher interest rates as monetary authorities attempt to cool the economy. This, in turn, can make mortgages more expensive, potentially dampening the demand. We're seeing it firsthand right now. Yet, in areas where inventory remains tight, the supply constraint can continue to support price increases, despite higher borrowing costs. In sum, the interplay between inflation and the housing market is complex, with inflationary pressures generally contributing to the rise of home prices, particularly in areas with constrained inventory. As economic indicators signal continued inflation, we can expect housing values to rise, underscored by the inherent value of real estate as a tangible asset in an inflating economy. The situation underscores the importance of monitoring economic trends and understanding their potential impact on the housing market, especially for buyers, sellers, and investors navigating these turbulent waters. As per usual, real estate is very, very localized. So this is across the board. This is a general comment that housing prices will rise across the nation. In your particular area, you may be seeing an increase in supply or an increase in inventory, so you may be seeing a decrease in home values as it stands today. Leverage in the housing market is a powerful tool, amplifying the ability of individuals to purchase homes beyond their immediate financial reach through the use of borrowed funds. This mechanism, while facilitating home ownership, also plays a significant role in sustaining and elevating housing prices, contributing to their inherent stickiness. Mortgages, the most common form of leverage in real estate, allow buyers to finance a significant portion of the home's purchase price, spreading the repayment over many years. In the U.S., long-term fixed-rate mortgages, particularly those government-backed, stand as pillars supporting the housing market. These financial options provide stability and predictability for homeowners, shielding them from the fluctuations of interest rates in the short term. However, the availability of leverage, especially at favorable rates, can also inflate housing prices. Here's why. As borrowing becomes cheaper and more accessible, more buyers are able to enter the market, increasing demand. In areas where inventory is already tight, this heightens the demand, fueled by easy access to leverage, can push prices even higher as buyers compete for a limited number of homes. The result in the market where prices are popped up by the very mechanism that's supposed to make homeownership more attainable. Leverage's role in the housing market is amplified by the psychological aspect of buying a home. The prospect of locking in a low mortgage rate for the long term can encourage buyers to stretch their budgets, bidding up home prices in the process. This buy now, fear higher mortgage rates later mentality adds to the upward pressure on home prices, reinforcing their resistance to decline, and even when broader economic indicators might suggest a cooling market. Take into consideration the impact of refinancing, particularly in a declining interest rate environment. Homeowners who secure lower rates through refinancing can reduce their monthly payments, freeing up their income for expenditures or investments. However, this also means that they're less likely to sell, especially if future borrowing conditions become less favorable. This lock-in effect that we've talked about so much reduces the available housing inventory, making it harder for prices to adjust downward in response to the changing market conditions. The leverage effect is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it facilitates homeownership, allowing individuals and family to invest in property and build wealth over time. On the other, it can exacerbate the supply-demand imbalance, particularly in desirable areas, driving up and making the market less accessible for first-time homebuyers and those without substantial financial resources. Leverage, it is a key driver of the stickiness of home prices, influencing both the demand side by enabling more buyers to enter the market and the supply side by encouraging homeowners to hold on to their properties. As we navigate the complexities of the housing market, understanding the nuanced role of leverage is crucial for both the prospective buyers and policymakers aiming to address affordability and accessibility challenges. At the core of the housing market's dynamic is a simple, undeniable truth. Housing is not just an asset, it's a necessity. The need for shelter is as fundamental as the need for food and water, imbuing the housing market with a level of demand that is both constant and inelastic. This basic necessity underpins the market, ensuring a baseline of level demand that supports housing prices even during economic downturns. The concept of shelter as a necessity means that regardless of the market conditions, there will always be a demand for homes. This demand is driven not just by the need for physical shelter, but also by the desire of security, comfort, and a sense of belonging that a home provides. This emotional and psychological component of the housing demand adds another layer of complexity to the market dynamics, making consumers less price sensitive when it comes to fulfilling this fundamental need. Again, the demographic trends such as millennials reaching the average age for first-time homebuyers inject a continuous stream of new demand into the market. This generational shift ensures that even as older homeowners may choose to downsize or sell, there's a ready cohort of buyers entering the market eager to establish their own home. However, while necessity ensures a steady demand, it also highlights the importance of addressing housing affordability and accessibility. With prices remaining high, especially in areas with tight inventory, achieving homeownership becomes increasingly challenging for many. This challenge calls for an innovative solution for policymakers, developers, and the community to ensure that the fundamental need for shelter can be met for all segments of the population. In conclusion, the stickiness of home prices can be attributed to a complex interplay of emotional attachment, supply and demand imbalances, market illiquidity, inflationary pressures, the leveraging power of mortgages, and the undeniable necessity of housing. These factors collectively contribute to the housing market that is uniquely resistant to the rapid price fluctuations seen in other asset classes. Understanding these underlying forces is crucial for anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. The housing market, with its deep-rooted challenges and opportunities, require a nuanced approach that considers both the economic principles at play and the human needs at stake. For buyers and sellers, it's important to stay informed, be realistic about the market conditions, and seek expert advice. For policymakers and industry stakeholders, the task is to balance the market dynamics with the imperative of making housing affordable and accessible to all. Thanks for joining me today. For more insights into the real estate and economy, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the Darin Hunter channel. Together, we can navigate the complexities of the housing market, armed with knowledge and ready to make informed decisions. Until next time, that's another guaranteed message. That was a long one. We'll see you on the next one.